I pull my pickup into the small parking lot at the Rio Grande Bank and Trust in Waco. A big Dodge pickup, even bigger than mine, is taking up 2 handicapped spaces right in front. I drive around to the shady side. I find an opening. It's my lunch break. I need to deposit a check for my girlfriend. Tell me again, Rory, my lieutenant, new boss says from the passenger seat, why your girlfriend doesn't get a bank account in Tennessee. Well, Kyle Hendricks and I became Rangers right around the same time and have always been, well, competitive. About a month ago, Kyle and I were the same rank. Then my old boss, friend, and mentor, Lieutenant Ted Creasy, retired, and Kyle, he got promoted. A lot of Rangers wanted me to take the lieutenant's exam, but I wasn't in the right headspace to apply for the job at the time. I've been through hell and back in the past year. Now that Kyle's my boss, I remind myself to be respectful of his position. After all, he's in his late 30s, few years older than me. Texas-bred good old boy, his hair color is straw, and long, lean body of the old baseball pitcher he was back in high school and college. Now, since football was my sport, I thought of Kyle and me as 2 quarterbacks vying for the starting spot, fueled by a mix of mutual respect and distaste, then suddenly one of them became the coach. Coach invited me to lunch at a local restaurant called Butter My Biscuit, which I took as a good sign that he wants to smooth this transition. The way he's been ribbing me about Willow, that makes me think that, well, maybe this hasn't changed much after all. Hell, Kyle says, 21st century, they got national banks now, Wells Fargo, Capital One, you might have heard of them. I ignore him. The guys at work tease me all the time about Willow, who moved to Nashville a good 8 months ago. She's a country singer, hell of a good one, too, though most of her 20s she played in bars and roadhouses from Texas to Nashville. But she never got her big break until last fall, when she broke her ankle, and a video of her singing on a bar stool and leg cast went viral. That was her big break. Suddenly, producers and talent scouts asking for demos of her songs, inviting her to fly out to Nashville for auditions. She and I had really only just started dating, but, well, I encouraged her to go, pursue her dreams, take a shot. She's done well so far. A couple of songs she wrote, recorded by Miranda Lambert in Little Big Town, already earning her royalties. Her own album, due out later this summer. People saying Willow's going to be the next big thing, but she knows every new artist is next up for fame, though fame passes most of them by. She's been cautiously optimistic, maybe a little superstitious. She doesn't want to open a bank account in Nashville until she feels sure this is a permanent move. It also has a little something to do with me. The Nashville Police Department has a job opening for a detective. Well, she's asked me to consider applying. Now, I'm honored to be a Texas Ranger, born and raised in Texas, and the thought of leaving the top division of state law enforcement is a decision I take lightly. Times have changed since the Wild West days, but not the legendary status of Texas Rangers. Or the badge, it still carries a mystique. How much that check for anyway? Kyle asked, gesturing to the sealed envelope in my hand. I ignore this question too. I'll be right back, I say. Take your time, he says, leaning his head back and tilting his Stetson down over his eyes. I'm going to take me a little nap. It's early June, but already the air's hot and thick with humidity. Clothes stick to my skin. They will for a while. I'm wearing the typical Texas Ranger attire, dress slacks, button-down shirt, tie, cowboy hat, cowboy boots, and a polished silver star pinned to my shirt. I'm wearing my gun, too, a Sig Sauer P320 loaded with .357 cartridges sheathed in a quick-draw holster. Texas Ranger should always be ready for anything. I walk into the bank head down, not paying attention to my surroundings as I open the envelope Willow sent me. I'm caught off guard by the amount of the check. I'm glad I didn't tell Kyle. I'd never hear the end of it. Not until I hear the unmistakable click of a gun being cocked no more than a foot away from my head do I sense anything's wrong. Today I'm not ready. Hold it right there, Ranger, a voice says from behind me. One move, I'll put a bullet right through your skull.